with caution.
Hello and welcome. This was a very last minute. I literally just came out of the shower and they were like, "Oh, we're starting in 5 minutes." I was like, "Fuck!" But we made it in time. We are witnessing TDGL, and I think this is the first elite match of the season where Cav is playing against none other than Moods. I think it actually might be. I'm gonna check the... Yeah, this is the very first... Ooh. That's not good. I just noticed that Moods got a point for the previous game on the ladder statistics. So we need to make sure to fix that. Anyways, here we are, the first elite match of the season. Cav starting as Nod on the left side, and Moods starting with his wine red color on the right side, playing as GDI. So I'm assuming it's 2 games as well. So yeah, we have to do some changing later on. I also can't stream that long after this because I still have to eat dinner. So, but yeah, I'm always happy to cast for you guys when shit is going down live, when I'm getting mentioned. Always trying my best to literally do this stuff live. And we're playing on African Gambit. This is pretty much very, I would say, simple for like in terms of like expanding. There's not really a reason to expand. Is this a blue one? No, this is also a green one. Okay. It's pretty straightforward. Like, this red player goes up. You can do 2 things. I think this from Cavs. I'm not sure if what would actually be better. I would love to know your guys' opinion. Would it be better to just instantly move out to the middle, and that way you can base crawl to both places at once? Or is it better what Cav's doing, just moving out just slightly and then being able to crawl over there? I think there's both positive and negatives. Like, I don't think there's any difference in downtime, because Cav eventually has to move further down in order to get here as well. But you can still keep your main base safe in terms of static defenses, and you have an extra patch at your disposal. So that actually might be good. I mean, by the time this dries out, the game might have already been decided. We'll have to see it in order to believe it. Not much out of the ordinary. TD's, you know, always straightforward. The first 3 to 4 minutes. Guard tower has been placed down. At least Cav made him waste that, but he did lose a buggy, so it's pretty even. Especially if Moods sells the guard tower. But he might keep it up. I'm not sure. Moods is making the right call. I don't think he actually scouted it, but so far so good. Moods going 2 war factories, and Cav is going 2 airstrips as well. So Moods will be able to fend off any attacks. But Moods is still going for... Still staying on 1 expansion. Oh, here we go. African Gambit can be pretty tricky because for the non-player, he can definitely, especially a little bit later in the game, he has the possibility to harass the harvesters from this side of the cliff with bikes. And that's exactly something that we could see happening today. But this one could be dangerous. So here is Moods, exactly what I was saying. Moods is going to move out immediately so he can base scroll to both patches at the same time. Whereas Cav is feeling comfortable right now. I think Cav's build is actually a little bit better. It gives him a bit more access to eco faster, and it allows him to keep putting up the pressure. And he's actually going for a third airstrip. That is going to be big harassment. Also, Moods should do some scouting at this point because he has no idea about the comm center, and the comm center can definitely take him off guard, take him by surprise, because yeah, he is gonna need it ASAP. Now he's going for it, but the first light tanks are already on the field. Here comes Moods. He's finally going to do some check-in. He will see the light tank, and he's like, immediately he's like, nope, okay, let's not do this. Let's just sit in base, wait for our medium tanks to show up. But he already might have some problems. There's pretty, let's have a look. There's already 6 light tanks on the field. So actually Moods might consider to rely on rocket soldiers for the time being, because his medium tank production is not going to be able to do it. There's that guard tower though, guard tower being effective. Taking out a buggy already. Not going to be repaired, but it is going to scare off Cav for now. These Humvees are on the chase. That's really good for Moods actually. Humvee's taking a very good trade here against the bikes and buggies from Cav. But nice multi-prong on the other side. Here comes Cav with his light tanks trying to kill the MCV. But scares him off with the Humvees. Moods should definitely try and preserve his Humvees, because otherwise he's gonna have some issues dealing with the bikes and the buggies. But here comes that multi-prong again. Medium tank is being distracted by the buggies and finished off by the light tanks and the bike combo. Moods is having issues. He's actually killing the light tanks up top with his mass Humvees and APCs. But he needs to use his Humvees to kill the bikes, otherwise his medium tanks are going to be killed off. Micro from Cav is definitely good here. And the pressure is now onto Moods harvesters, but preserves them really nicely so far. One might lose his life. Cav is going for it, but might cost him though. Did cost him. Yep, Moods has kept everything safe so far. And they are very even in army value numbers. Moods with a third weapons factory as well. And those light tanks can be tricky. That would be very good later on. Cav definitely with the pressure, but yeah, that is typical Nod. Oh, that split is not good. That split is not good at all. Might be in some trouble here. Once again, multi-prong from Cav, but faces an AGT this time. But he does not care. He's just gonna go through it. Another AGT pops up. Moods with the reaction. There's those 4 light tanks. Once again, this is dangerous. 6 light tanks will be able to take out that harvester. No escape for that harvester at all. And down goes the first harvester for Moods. Pretty solid defense so far, but he's being played constantly. Pretty straightforward. First attacking over here. Moods every time has to react with his entire army. I feel like he should definitely convert into rocket soldiers. There we go. Should have probably done it a lot sooner. And Cav is already on tier 3, is making an atomic bomb. And in the meantime, switching to chem troopers, but that might cost him because there's still a ton of Humvees around as well. And going fully into light tanks here. So yeah, this might actually be really good for Moods. If he can preserve the Humvees to deal with the chem troopers. There is an attack yet again. Moods is sending most of his defenses upwards. And he actually does have a fair decent amount of rocket soldiers. This might actually be really good for him. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, he's trading really well. Airstrike has been used by Moose, or by Cav, excuse me. Cav is going to try for crushes, but it's not working out. But he is going to get a harvester. But that was definitely not a good trade. Moose now going for the MCV. He's going to get it for sure. Cav sold it off. And Cav is actually having issues. He's going for chem troopers to deal with the medium tanks, but the medium tanks can just outrun. And they are definitely trading a lot better against light tanks. Very interesting fight so far. Moose definitely trading very, very well. And his eco is still okay. He can probably send another harvester back down here in order to deal with that. But here comes the chem troopers though. Will he be outplayed? He has no scouting in the bottom. You will see it coming with the medium tank, but it already might be too late by then. Oh no, oh dear, oh dear. He's going to react, he's going to react, go back. Oh, that's a sick airstrike as well. Lots of chem troopers died there. That was really, really, really nice. Oh, he decided to make a harvester instead. Chem troopers do have a lot of health, I must say. Some buggies in the mix to deal with the rifle infantry. That's really nice. But I feel Moods' combo is just going to be a lot better, and who would have thought tanks with infantry, just like RA. I like Cav's use of the buggies, killing off the rifles so that his chem troopers have free reign over the medium tanks. But Moods' rocket soldiers have been putting in the work as well. Oh, wow. Trying to go for crushes against chem troopers. It is working out, though. Both players are still fairly even in army value, but Cav is definitely putting up the pressure, and Moods is holding the line. Lots of chem troopers are dying to rifles as well, which chem troopers are expensive. Oh my god. And Moods with the advantage because Cav is currently without an MCV. He can rebuild the MCV. I hope he realizes this or knows about this, because this has been changed recently. You don't need an SD anymore in order to rebuild your MCV. So he can rebuild it in order to get more eco, because he's all dried up. He's also long distance mining the patch in the middle. Another light tank harass. Could use some more rockets over here, but he's gonna send his entire army back. Moods, yeah, I was about to say, Moods has to do something about this pressure. He has to split off. He can't afford to keep sending everything back, but Cav is going to get another harvester. He actually might get two. Nope, he's gonna back off. He's happy with one. He saw it, but Moose also returned it back. I like the fact that Moods is rebuilding Humvees to deal with the chem troopers. But I feel like he's better off just making rifles. He could probably make another Rax over here and just spam rifles right now. But I think Moods is out of cash as well. He needs to eco slide. And this is going to be dangerous. He's making a guard tower. But he's also out of cash, so I'm not sure how long he will be able to keep this up. The chem troopers are now massing and dealing massive damage to the medium tanks as well. They're just melting like crazy. That's a good guard tower though. That's a really good guard tower. But Cav has pushed his way all the way back into Mood's main. And he saved a lot of his chem troopers. Now gonna send the light tanks to deal with the guard tower. And then he can probably finish off the MCV. Oh my god, no, he should not have unpacked it. Because I think the chem troopers deal more damage when it's undeployed. And the MCV gets finished off. This is not looking good. All of a sudden, Cav with 18k versus 5k. Moods took a serious beating with that. I think he could have used a bit more infantry, for sure. Oh, and now he's low power. Oh, that sucks. That sucks really hard. AGTs are getting finished off without any resistance. Moods is low power and low on eco. Moods actually fought really well. Yeah, probably selling it was the best option because it was going to die regardless. Oh my god. Yep, Moods calls it GG, and the first game is going to Cav. Definitely a very nice performance from Moods, but he was being pressured constantly from beginning till the end. This was the first game. That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. That was something for sure. That was a good fight, to be honest. Like, I didn't think it would take this long. Like, a lot of people were insinuating that Moods was going to get rolled. But in my opinion, it wasn't a roll at all. So, waiting for the people to join for the second game. Yeah, that was really good. Moose has a chance of turning this around. Will he actually be able to? Is the question. I don't think he did bad, but like I said, he did need a lot more infantry to deal with. He needed a bit more rockets to deal with the light tanks very efficiently, and he needed rifles to deal with the chem troopers. Yo, Kiba Blood, how are you doing? CNC, yes sir, definitely. We're also in the Tiberian Dawn Global League Season 3. Where the best of the best are facing off against each other to become the TDGL champion. I used to play a lot of Zero Hour. Yo, me too, man. I played Zero Hour as well. I actually was streaming it like a year ago, on and off. Zero Hour, probably one of my favorite CNCs as well. It's a really good game. Mainly we're doing Red Alert over here and Tiberian Dawn, and occasionally some Street Fighter here and there, and very occasionally some other retro games like Warcraft 2, Streets of Rage, whatever that comes into mind. I think last time I was playing Def Jam Fight for New York, which is a PS2 game. So yeah, we literally play mostly nostalgia, to be honest. But you know, it's not per se nostalgic, because like these games are good. Okay, we're on Tiberium Rift. Very famous map. Been played on Tiberian Sun, been played on TD, and is being played on Kane's Rat. We got Moods on the right playing as Not this time, and Cav on the left side playing as GDI. Yeah, it was unfortunate they canceled Generals too. I mean, from the looks of it, it was actually not looking that great. But it was beta, obviously, but, you know, it wasn't looking that great. But I know there's some people currently working on an open engine 0 hour. So where they actually have the freedom to change like balance and stuff like that. I'm not sure it's for the better, but, you know, depends. We'll have to see it to believe it, but it's still a work in progress and it's probably still quite far away before it will be operational. Ooh, Calf actually doing very well. Is he going to try and steal that? Yeah, I think he's going to try and steal that oil from Moose. He has the engineer ready to go. He's cleaning up the infantry with the Humvees. And he's probably waiting for an APC. Yup, there it is. For that safe escort. Smart move from Moots to move away the buggy. And there's the guard tower to fend them off. I like the fact he has his airstrip and his refinery close to his MCV. So that he can... or just close in general so that he can just keep it safe with one guard tower. You don't want to be camped at your airstrip early on. As not. 4 harvesters for Moots. Going for a 5th one, which is interesting. I feel like 4 harvesters is definitely enough for full production. It's going for a 5th one. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, buggies are facing the APC. That's not really good. But still might be able to get a Humvee. He does. Does need to be careful, though. Yeah, I'm doing commentary mainly for both these games. I'm also doing commentary for Street Fighter V as well. For Corner to Corner, which is a tournament hosted every Tuesday. Yeah, 0 hour is definitely still alive. Lots of tournament being played still. I think even last year or like 2 years ago there was a very big local LAN tournament in Amsterdam, I believe. Cav did probably manage to get that oil. Yes, he did. So he's currently sitting on 3 oils. Which is going to be useful fairly soon. And yeah, Moose actually needs to move out. I wonder what he's doing. He's going for a 3rd airstrip on 1 patch. He sold off his racks as well. I'm not sure if that's a great idea, but I don't think he can. I don't think he can work with his eco on 3 racks and 3 airstrips and 1 racks. That would be a little overkill. I'm not even sure if he can manage to keep producing with 3 airstrips. And he's still not going to move out. There we go. Now he is. Cav being smart, he was aware that Moods had 2 airstrips and he didn't see a comm center yet, so there's no reason for him to tech up either. So he just has to go fully into Humvees, occasionally with some rifles. That's not a bad idea either. They can work as soaking shields, which is interesting. Soaking shields in TD or infantry, whereas in RA they are pretty much the tanks. But 3 airships, that is going to add up really fast. Even though Moods might not be able to afford it. He is affording it so far. But he has to make sure he's not going to go for too many bikes. Because he's going to trade really badly. There's a comm center for Cav. He's also got a turret over there to prevent harassing. And bikes do definitely not trade great. I'm not sure how this is going to end, but it's chaos so far. And all the buggies are getting destroyed from Moods. Only his bikes are alive. Bikes are on the run, but they can't shoot on the run. And that was a Very poor trade. Maybe Moods has a chance to even it up, but he has to go. He had to go fully into buggies. But he's going fully into bikes. Oh my god, he's making so many bikes. That's going to be a lot of bikes. The bikes do have potential to deal really, really good damage. But he has to act fast. He can't afford it to lose them. He's going to trade really well against the medium tanks. I'm not sure why Cav decided to transition into medium tanks. Yeah, Moose has to fight this. He can't run away. He can outrange Humvees if they're stationary with the bikes. But already this is not looking great, but there we go. See, if they're stationary, bikes can definitely trade pretty well. He needs to preserve his buggies in order to kill the infantry. It's the infantry that's gonna do it. The medium tanks and everything else is pretty much being melted down. But Moods is definitely not trading well here. And Cav just built an extra racks up front. And he's gonna send that over to deal damage. Moods went for a 4th airstrip. This man's crazy. And it doesn't really matter because he's gonna lose his 3rd airstrip. Cav is just all over the place now with the rocket soldiers as well. This match is done. Last performance from Moods looked a lot better. Still, I think he made the mistake of going a little too much. A little too much bikes early on. And Cav was smart to just keep going Humvees. And transitioned nicely into medium tanks when it mattered. Nicely played from Cav. Well played by Moods as well. Moods put up a very good fight the first game. First game was very close. Yeah, they started with the wrong options, and the thing is, Cav, instead of DCing, he surrendered. So that's why he got a point.
Battle control terminated.
Which sucked.